going to shoot a video on some shoulder rehab or prehab stuff that I do. I'm doing this for my buddy Jed, for the diesel crewers there, the followers on his diesel crew site. Jed recently posted a video and a post talking about how he's had some shoulder problems that he's got to overcome and things. And it sounds very similar to what I had previously, a little rotator cuff inflammation. I'm notorious for rushing my weights, trying to get too heavy too quickly versus being smarter about things. I don't practice what I preach a lot of times. So I backed off. Long story short, what you saw with me doing those kettlebell military presses there in the beginning here, I wasn't able to do that 4 or 5 months ago due to my left shoulder being inflamed and things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to briefly run through my whole new revised workout warm-up plan. I get on the bike for 5-10 minutes, or I run or jog. I do something to break the sweat. Then I start with tubing. Now, I do a lot of different things for the shoulders. I'm just going to briefly explain the shoulder circuit to you. It's 5 exercises, thumbs up. I pinch the shoulders in the back. That's the first one. Second one, I just stand on the tubes in each hand. Arms 30 degrees forward, thumbs up just to parallel. Back down. Then I'll go thumbs down. I'm doing this quickly because I have a lot of information. So thumbs down. 10 reps. I go from there. High, externally rotate for 10. Okay, you might have seen these things before. And then I switch hands, switch bands in my hands, cross my arms, I go thumbs in, thumbs out. I'm externally rotating every time. Okay, that's key to my work, to my warm-up here. Also do some scapular retraction work, or just some simple internal, external rotation for the shoulders. Typically has more to do with external rotation. I don't do a lot of internal rotation stuff. Okay, so that I've always done that, but apparently that's not enough as I'm getting older to do. So, what I got into is I started doing lightweight Indian club swings. Okay? Now, what I did was I made my own Indian clubs with these little bats I got from Walmart. And I'm not going to go through how I made them and all that stuff. You can go to Jed can share with you my website, briartrainer.com. I have all those exercises for the shoulders in there. I have a how-to video on how to make these, so I'm not going to go into that right now. But basically, what I do with these is and they weigh about a pound, almost a pound and a half to 2 pounds, and they are foam. I mean, they got some cushion filled with sand. And what I do is I just start moving around. There's no rhyme or reason. I'm not an Indian club expert by any means. I just start moving around. Now, as you can see, I'm tapping my back with these bats. That's one thing I started getting into, especially with the foam. So I started tapping and I move kind of down my body, kind of hitting my lats, kind of coming up. What I found is I kind of get something kind of excited, activated a little bit more. So I just kind of move them around. Then I usually take one arm, I just swing it around 2 or 3 times. Now a couple times, I'm going to go show it twice in the video. I'll do this. I'll do the other side, and I'll go both directions. Okay, and then once I feel like I'm starting to get warmed up a little bit, then that's where I'm going to take my Indian clubs, move out here to my wrist. I'm going to do circles like this. If we get my wrist warmed up, I'll reverse it the other direction. And I'll do that for a couple of minutes. I don't count reps, I just kind of do it until I feel like I've gotten they're warmed up enough. From there, I'm going to get like a mace type of swing in here. I'm going to stabilize my core, and I'm going to just bring them around behind my head, like this. And I'm just getting some range of motion, just kind of get some mobility in the shoulders. Now this, I think, has been the key to getting my shoulder healthy again. Okay, and as I get going, I can speed this up. Okay, that's the benefit of a foam. I'm not a kettlebell or an Indian club expert. I think I should talk while I do this because I screw things up. See how much better I do that when I don't talk? Okay, I might do that for 4 minutes. 4 minutes straight. Break the sweat even more. Then I'm going to go from this, and then I just get my swings going, okay? All I'm doing, I'm just swinging, and I'm staying stable. Again, look, I'm hitting the back of my back. Hitting my lats, up and back. Just getting the swing. Now as I get my swing going, this is all from my shoulders. I'm going to start bending the torso a little bit. Bend with the torso a little bit. And what I'm going to eventually do, I'm going to keep swinging, and I'm going to get get down to where I'm almost doing an RDL, coming up. Okay? That's going to get my mobility, my range of motion going here. Then I'm going to take these, I do across the body, swing, like it's like a chopping movement. Let's bring it across. Boom. Yeah, again, tapping my back, tapping my back, tapping my back. I'll do the other side. Tap, tap, tap. So I'm decelerating with my core, reaccelerating with my core, swinging, I'm changing directions. And then sometimes I'll do some other things, but I'll come back in. I usually end again with the rotating swings above my head. Love it. Feels good, gets my heart rate up. So that's what I do with the lightweight homemade Indian clubs I have. And I'm going to break the camera, I'm going to take you into what I do with my floor program. And then I do all this before I start hitting the weights for my upper body. So, be right back. Okay guys, hopefully you can see me. Now what I do is I got my foam roller out. And I really like foam rollers. And I kind of just roll out my back. I want to get things nice and worked out. My fascia, I want to get everything nice and kind of loosened up. I find a hot spot, I kind of hit on it. Pull across, put some weight on one side of my lats versus the other side. I come up, get the low back real good, and so I'll roll all that out. Then I'll come down, I'll get my neck. Now my neck, I find I store a lot of tension in my neck, up in my traps. So I just get on the foam roller, I kind of roll my neck back and forth and really kind of work those knots out, get that pain, just kind of release that tension. I think it might be due to me sitting in front of a computer a lot when I'm doing posts and things for the websites. Now I'll take this. Now some of the things you're going to see in here, I've taken from other fitness guys. This one I got from Smitty from Diesel Crew. I just take my hands in and walk my hands behind my head, kind of lean back, just working on a little thoracic mobility here. I'm just going to come up like almost like I'm coming into a sit-up, relax the tension. I'm going to drop back. And I want to keep moving around, change my angles a little bit here, but I want to keep my hips in contact with the ground at all times. Really feel that stretch. And I pinch my shoulder blades in the back when I do that. Okay, so if I was going to do some total body movements, I would also go in and roll out my legs, my performance, my IT bands and things. But we're just talking about upper body. Now, what I'm going to do from there is I go to body weight stuff. I'm just going to get on all hands, on fours. Hopefully I'm in line with the camera, you can see this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do some scapular retraction, protraction. Just to start like this. Pinch the shoulder blades in there real tight. Feels good. I'm getting some mobility, some scapular mobilization, some mobility in there. And I was doing the same thing with the Indian clubs for that mobilization. From there, and again I got this from Smitty, I'm going to add, I want to get some more thoracic mobility. I want to get my upper body ready to work out. I'm going to stretch out my shoulder capsule here as well. I'm just going to drop the shoulder towards the floor. Drop, feel a stretch. Feel a stretch. What you'll see is, you'll see the movement in my spine. Oof, I'll do that. There's no reps. I don't do a set number of reps. I just go until I feel like I've done enough, and then I'm going to go and I'll do the next thing. My next thing I'm going to swing I do this, it's called floor slide. I don't know, that's what I call it. I'm just going to take my arm, and I'm just going to slide it through. Oh, feel that stretch. Feel that stretch. Feel that stretch. Feel that stretch. Okay, then I'll do like a cat and camel. Drop my pelvis down, head up, I'll drop everything, high arch my back, I'll go back and forth like that for a little bit. Then I'm going to take you over, I'll move the camera, I'm going to take you into, I like to do the next thing, I like to work on my pecs and my shoulders a little bit. Okay guys, the last thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do a little rollout. Now I like them in the order that I have this. Some people do all their rolling and the foam rolling and the rollouts, which I'm about to show you, all together. I kind of separate them up in between it, and it's something I played around with for a while until I got the right kind of sequence of things that I felt worked the best for me. And maybe this sequence isn't the best for you. Maybe you change some things up or you come up with your own sequence. But I'm a thief. I steal things from everybody that I see, and I try it out, and then I find out what works best for me. The lacrosse ball, I've known about this stuff for a long time, but the guy that really sold me on starting to do this a lot more is Joe Hashi from Synergy Athletics. And what I do is I take a lacrosse ball, and I'm going to show you here in a second, and I'm going to roll out the tight spots, particularly where I'm really getting that soreness, or where I was getting it in my rotator cuff right up here, and biceps tendon, getting that all nice and loose. And wherever we find a hot spot, I put a lot of pressure on, work it out. So just take this, I put it up against the wall, okay? I'm just gonna get on it, kind of roll. When I find a hot spot that hurts, right there, hit it, and I roll off, and then I can turn, I change the angle of my arm, the positions of my arms. I'll move it over here, I'll start getting my pec. Okay, I roll out my pec. And I'll work the whole area, and I'll really dig in. If I find a hot spot, I really hit it hard, and I'll keep rolling on. I'll try to get that loose, try to get that worked out. I want that fascia and everything to be, elastic. I won't be able to use it. I don't want it to restrict me when I'm getting in my workout. Everything I just showed you, I do almost daily anymore, or every other day, or particularly when I'm doing, if I'm having a lot of high concentration work. My upper body, if I'm doing total body work, I'm going to do this with total body, but I'm going to add in dynamic warm-ups and things for my legs, and some flexibility work with my legs, roll out with my legs a little bit more, but this is predominantly for upper body is what I do. But what I've done, I give a lot of credit to me adding more time, taking more care of myself by getting a proper warm-up in. It's vitally important. And the Indian club swings, I really give a lot of benefit to, and I really believe contributed a lot to getting my shoulder back. My bench is going up now. I'm bench pressing. I'm getting up, where I was before, and my shoulder feels great. It actually feels better now than it has in the last couple of years. So hope that helps a lot, guys. Diesel Crew guys, Jed, I hope that helps. Thanks a lot for the opportunity. This is Jerry Schreck from VarietyTrainer.com.